As Australia becomes more diverse, both religiously and ethnically, do you think the Easter story is still relevant today?
Kanishka.
Yes, well, thank you so much for the question. Of course, absolutely, I think it's relevant. I think the Easter message is relevant if you're interested in hope, because it is a great proclamation of hope. God has planted the cross of Jesus Christ in history as a declaration of his undying love. Jesus has laid down his life for the forgiveness of sin, that we might be adopted into God's family and filled with his Spirit. And God has raised him from the dead as Judge and Lord of all, opening up for us new life, empowered by God's Spirit, and living for his kingdom. That's the Christian story, and we think it's the best news going around.
Anne Patel-Gray, why are so many people turning away from that message then?
I think it would have been nice, considering Easter is a time of atonement, and yet the church has had an opportunity to atone for the history of colonisation, the theft of our land, and yet not one church mentioned that history, nor did they atone for that history. Hope is found in the atonement. And, you know, where's the hope of a nation if you can't atone for the sins of your past?
I'll put that straight back to Kanishka. What's the response to that? Because if we are talking about a time of atonement, why isn't there this question addressed during this time?
I think it's a valid point. I think it is part of an ongoing process. I think, if I speak for the Sydney Anglican Church, I think we have set out over at least the last 20 years, which is late in the piece, but we've set out in a journey to try and listen to Aboriginal brothers and sisters in Christ, to walk in humility and friendship, acknowledging many failures, encouraging Indigenous Christian leadership, trying to listen to the stories and trying to engage with that in an open and humble way.
I'm not sure that answers the question that Anne